Hi there and welcome to yet another episode of Random Rambling Broadcast, where we sample just about every kind of topic there is and try to connect the dots using science, philosophy, mathematics, and many available tools. In this episode, we shall look at taboo topics in the corporate world and the power of meaningful discussions. In the corporate world, certain topics are often considered taboo or uncomfortable to discuss openly. These can include mental health issues. Discussions around mental health, stress, burnout, or emotional well-being are often avoided due to the stigma associated with vulnerability and the fear of being perceived as weak or unprofessional. Diversity and inclusion. While more companies are making efforts to address diversity and inclusion, discussions around race, gender, sexual orientation, and equality can still be uncomfortable or seen as too political. Work-life balance. Admitting to struggling with work-life balance or discussing the impact of long working hours on personal life is often avoided, as it might be perceived as lacking commitment or ambition. Compensation and salary. Open discussions about pay, bonuses, and compensation packages are typically considered off-limits, as they can lead to jealousy, resentment, or uncomfortable comparisons among colleagues. Office politics. Talking about office dynamics, favoritism, or the hidden power structures within an organization is often avoided due to fear of retribution or being labeled as a troublemaker. Failure and mistakes. Admitting to mistakes or failures can be seen as risky, as it may impact one's reputation or career prospects within the company. Personal beliefs and values. Topics related to religion, political views, and personal values are generally considered too personal and potentially divisive for the workplace. Sexual harassment and discrimination. While these issues are serious, discussions around them can be avoided due to fear of backlash, legal consequences, or being ostracized. Advantages of meaningful discussions on social media and podcasts. Despite the discomfort around these topics, engaging in meaningful discussions through social media and podcasts can have profound benefits for corporate culture and society at large. Let's explore how breaking these taboos can lead to positive changes. Breaking taboos. Example 1. A company starts a podcast series where employees share personal stories about dealing with mental health challenges. This leads to the introduction of mental health days and access to counseling services within the organization. Example 2. A LinkedIn post by a senior executive discusses the importance of work-life balance and how they manage it. This sparks a company-wide conversation, leading to the implementation of flexible working hours. Fostering inclusivity. Example 1. A diversity and inclusion podcast features employees from different backgrounds sharing their experiences, leading to a review and revision of the company's hiring practices to be more inclusive. Example 2. A social media campaign highlights the contributions of women in tech, encouraging more female employees to apply for leadership roles and inspiring the company to develop a mentorship program for women. Raising awareness. Example 1. A podcast episode discusses the impacts of burnout, prompting a company to conduct regular wellness checks and offer stress management workshops. Example 2. A social media post about the importance of ethical leadership leads to a company-wide initiative to establish a code of conduct that reinforces integrity and ethical behavior. Encouraging innovation. Example 1. An innovation-focused podcast invites employees to share unconventional ideas, resulting in the creation of a cross-functional innovation team to explore these ideas further. Example 2. A social media discussion around remote work best practices leads to the development of a hybrid work model that increases productivity and employee satisfaction. Empowering employees. Example 1. A podcast episode features employees discussing the challenges of speaking up in meetings. This encourages the company to implement an anonymous suggestion system, empowering employees to share ideas without fear. Example 2. A LinkedIn article by a middle manager on overcoming imposter syndrome inspires a company-wide mentorship program aimed at building confidence and leadership skills in junior employees. Building communities. Example 1. A social media group is created for employees interested in sustainability, leading to collaborative projects like a company-wide recycling initiative. Example 2. A podcast that discusses work-life balance attracts a community of listeners who share tips and support each other, eventually leading to the creation of a work-life balance committee within the company. Enhancing personal and professional growth. Example 1. A podcast series on leadership skills motivates employees to pursue additional training and certifications, leading to a more skilled and motivated workforce. Example 2. A LinkedIn discussion on time management techniques leads to the adoption of new productivity tools across the company, improving efficiency and reducing stress. Promoting transparency. Example 1. A podcast episode features a company's leadership discussing the challenges and decisions behind recent organizational changes, leading to greater understanding and support from employees. Example 2. A social media post by the CEO about the company's financial performance and future plans fosters transparency and builds trust among employees and stakeholders. Conclusion. Meaningful collaborations and discussions on social media and podcasts are highly beneficial as they create a more progressive, open, and inclusive dialogue that can drive positive change in both corporate culture and society at large. For more random ramblings on all kinds of topics for chewing your brains, please subscribe to my channel.